scribble. So Daddy Don won't be here today because as a Floridian during hurricane season, my job is closed today for a hurricane that's not even hitting us. So what better way to spend my free day than to do an updated skincare routine using these bad boys. Obviously, these hands, as you can hear in my Birdman hand rub, aren't gonna bend. So full transparency, I have already opened all of the lids to all of my containers. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. If you are new, hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Become part of that Worldwide fam. And without further ado, let's skiddly diddly do. So as with any skincare routine, we're gonna start off by washing our hands. We're gonna start with our oil cleanser. So I'm gonna be using the Deep Cleanse Snowflake Cleanser by Nooni, scooping a little bit out of my jar, and we're going to just spread it across our face. The good thing about oil cleanser is that you don't really need a whole bunch. The bad thing about oil cleanser is that it does take a little bit of work to get off. Sometimes I get little bumps in my eyebrow, so I really like to make sure that I scrub my eyebrows really well when I'm doing my cleansing routine. So with an oil cleanser, you typically want to wet your hands a little bit and kind of massage the oil cleanser, not ultimately rinsing it off, but just kind of breaking down the oil cleanser because it emulsifies. And then you want to go in and rinse afterward, or sometimes you can have a film left over on your skin. So far, so good. So I feel like I've broken it down pretty well, and I'm going to move into my rinsing stage. This is gonna take me a minute. To help me out, I think I'm just gonna get a damp rag and then rub all this off. Be right back. Our next step, there's so much oil cleanser in my contacts right now. The next step is my tried and true Etude House SoonJung Foaming Cleanser. This one, distributed evenly between two hands and just go in. Really gotta get in there with that second cleanser. Get all the oils and dirts and impurities, any residual stuff left over from your first cleanse out. I'm gonna use my trusty Kleenex disposable paper towels to dry my face. Yeah. Now the thing about drying your face is you don't want it too dry. Although we are gonna go in immediately with a toner, wanna make sure that everything is copacetic and not the Sahara. Okay, just like my grades in high school, good enough. Next step is our toner. I'm gonna be using the toner that I always use, I've been using for years. You guys know it as the Etude House pH 5.5 Relief Toner. This one. So there's no way I'm gonna be able to pick this up with these hands. So this has become a lot more difficult than I thought, and I'm not going to be able to get through this routine. So I'm going to have my handy helper, Bleep Bloop, help to put the products into my hands so that I could put them on. All right, let's do some toner. So with toner, you want to make sure you pat it in. It doesn't really matter how you put it on as long as you use it. Don't let social media outlets make you feel bad about the way you put your skincare products on. So you just want to make sure you pat. Get everything absorbed really nice, get that circulation going, get that blood flowing. Eyes itchy, probably because there's still cleanser in it, it's fine. All right, next step is going to be the COSRX 2-in-1 Poreless Power Liquid. So this one is great for cleaning out your pores. It has a very low amount of BHA, so nothing crazy. And tannin. So BHA cleans out your pores because it has a smaller molecular size and therefore it can go deeper into your skin. And the tannin helps to tighten your pores. You can't get rid of your pores, despite what people say. Just embrace your pores. The size of your pores can depend on a lot of stuff. The condition of your skin, genetics, and those are things that you can't really change. Just that's who you are. And you gotta embrace your big pores and your tiny hands. I'm gonna pat that in as well. We're gonna go on to our next step, which is our Giibon Care Skin Essence. My husband's in the closet just losing it right now. So I love this Giibon Care Skin Essence. Unfortunately, I think they don't make it anymore. I can't find it. I can't find it on Jose. This was a great multi-purpose essence. So it helped to plump the skin using hyaluronic acid. And it also had a mild exfoliant property in it. Don't forget to bring it down to your neck. My husband's literally like crying into a shirt right now. Neck and your hands can show some of your first signs of aging, so don't forget them. We're gonna get this absorbed in here. I'm barely tapping and it hurts so bad. Kids, please don't try this at home. So our next step is Purito Centella Unscented Serum, which contains niacinamides, ceramides, peptides, and madecassic acid, which is good for evening the skin tone, brightening the skin tone, reinforcing your skin's moisture barrier, and then also helping to reduce redness, which these are not doing. These are not helping to reduce redness. These are actually causing more of it. So I'm gonna take just one pump. With this, I don't really need a lot of it. It spreads pretty easily. It absorbs really well with just a singular pump. Our next step is gonna be our Saborino 1-minute mask. So these are really popular in Japan as a quick morning mask. So these are great for people that mask multiple times a day or mask once a day at least. These you only have to wear for 60 seconds and they're made to actually cleanse and tone your skin at the same time. I don't trust that. So I just like to put them anywhere I would naturally put in any other sheet mask and wear that for about a minute. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and stretch our mask out. Look at our face. The thing about Saborino, the thing about Saborino masks is they're sort of made to be stretched out a little bit. So we're just gonna try to spread it out as good as we can and just wear that for 60 seconds. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove our sheet mask. You don't wanna rinse it off. Now, if you're like, hey, what if it's causing irritation? Then don't use that sheet mask again, okay? Then you can rinse it off, just don't wear that sheet mask again. Very rarely do I see sheet masks with ingredients that are actually high enough to exfoliate, even if they do have an exfoliant or exfoliating property in it. These are weirdly cupped, but flat enough to fit on the contours of like my cheeks and in my forehead. But just, if they were rubber, I feel like these would be even better. Like these would just hit. So our last step is our under eye serum. So this one is actually from The Ordinary. And this is The Ordinary's caffeine solution, 5% with EGCG. Now you don't want to use too much just because if you are using too much of this particular product, or at least for me, it tends to dry out my under eye area, which can cause creasing, and I already have dehydrated skin, so we don't need to wear that. I'm just gonna pat it into our skin. You just wanna pat your eye cream, use the least amount of pressure possible. I can't here, but you would typically use your ring finger. We just have one real big thick boy right here. And we're gonna put that under this eye. And in a few minutes, your under eyes will start to tighten a little bit. You won't feel it, it's not like a dramatic effect, but they'll definitely be less puffy and you'll notice that they look a little brighter as well. For people like me that don't really wear a lot of makeup or are trying to go makeup free, I think this is a really good solution because it does tend to wake you up a little bit in terms of your look, but it doesn't add anything crazy like putting on a concealer or adding any powders to try to brighten up that under eye area. So that's it. Now, I'm not leaving the house today, so I won't be applying sunscreen, but you would want to make sure that after this step, you are applying sunscreen, a pretty liberal amount. You want to make sure you're putting like a nickel sized and you're putting on your face and especially your neck as well. Don't forget, you know. And that's it for my basic morning skincare routine. So if you guys have any questions about any of the products in my routine or want to know where to find them, you can find them right here in the info box below. And you can also find me on Instagram at JessDoesAThing. I'll answer any questions that you have for me about skincare or any of the products that you saw here today. But other than that, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to get that like button to tap on the tush. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Become part of the Worldwide Fam. And I will see you guys somewhere out there in the world or in my next video. Time to jump up in the air. Jump up, don't be scared.